All right, in this video, I just want to show you how to footnote something because this is a citation style that we have not learned yet, and I might not have enough time to explain this to you in class. So using footnotes is actually very easy if you have not used footnotes for citations before. So here I have the start of an example essay. Please ignore the actual content of this first paragraph. I just pulled it from one of my student example DBQ paragraphs. So again, this first paragraph has nothing to do with the essay topic in which you will be writing on. It's just for me to show you how to use footnotes. So the first thing I want to do before I add in my footnotes is I want to format this correctly. So I'm going to highlight, and for Chicago or Turabian style, we want everything to be in Times New Roman. So there's Times New Roman right there. And I want it between 11 and 12 point font. It should not be bigger, should not be smaller. So you can choose 11, 11 and a half, or 12 point font. So okay, so when you want to add in a footnote, it's actually very easy. So you want to go to where, let's say I was using Howard Zinn, and I mentioned a piece of information that I got from the Howard Zinn text, and that's our text that talks about Columbus in depth. I'm going to go to where, let's say this whole first portion all came from the Howard Zinn text. I'm going to put my cursor right there at the end of that sentence. Okay, from here I'm going to go to Insert, and then I'm going to click Footnote. You can also keyboard shortcut Control Alt F. Okay, it's listed there. So I'm going to insert my footnote. Okay, and then you'll see a little 1 pop up down here. Okay, this is where you have to copy paste in your information. So I've made this easy for you because in the week 10 folder down at the bottom, you'll find your citation information. The only citation information I do not have listed is your choice source. So you will have to create a Chicago style citation, and it's really easy. Just do it on Citation Machine. That's what I did for these, and do it in Chicago style and create the citation for the source of your choice. So if you use the Zinn article, which you should use, this is how you will format it. All you have to do is click right here, copy it, and I did not get that period at the end, so I'll just have to add that in. Okay, Control C to copy. I'm going to go back to my document, and then I'm going to paste it in down here at the bottom. Okay, and that's it. So let's say that the second sentence here, that came from my other source. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Now I'm going to cite a different source. I'm going to insert, I'm going to do a footnote again, and now I have a number 2. Okay, I'm going to go back to my citation, and we're going to say that this piece of information came from the AP Euro text, the Exploration and Overseas Encounters. Okay, that longer one that you guys read on your break. I'm going to Control C. I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to Control V, paste it in. Okay, now what I want to be sure of here is that my footnotes down at the bottom should be smaller than my text. So I'm going to highlight, make sure that they're smaller and they're both the same. So see how this one is a different size or a different font. So I can see that they're the same size. Having your footnotes be about 9 is correct. Okay, so I'm going to come up here, highlight. Okay, well, let me highlight both of them. So I'll do it one at a time. And I'm going to switch this over. I want it to match all my other fonts. So I want it to be in Times. And then I'm going to come back up here. And again, I want it to be in Times. So you do have to kind of manually change those. But again, your footnotes should be smaller than your text, okay? And that will be into your formatting score, making sure that you're doing those things right. Okay, now I footnoted here, and then a different footnote here. Now let's say right here I go back to that Zinn. Okay, I'm gonna insert, I'm gonna do my footnote again, and then I'm gonna use the same one, the same Zinn here, so I can just copy it from right here, Control C, then paste it in. So this one also, when it pasted in, it had highlighting behind it. You can kind of see it's very faint. Just want to make sure there's no highlighting. Okay, again, you'll be using a third source. I obviously don't have that for you. And you'll be using that. So um, your footnotes will obviously look different. It won't just be two of the same. You'll be alternating between three different sources. You only, let's say you cited Zen here, and then the next sentence came from Zen as well. You would have actually wanted to move that footnote over until you're done using that information from that source. Okay, so if this whole first paragraph, all of my information came from Zen, I would only use one footnote. I don't need a footnote after every sentence that I'm using from the same source. Okay, I do not need to footnote after every single sentence if it's from the same source. You only need to add in the footnote when you're done talking about that specific source. Lastly, you can see my formatting here. This is what your format for your heading should look like. Everyone should have a centered title, and it will be the same title because we all have the same research question. And then I do want you to underline your thesis, and your thesis should be at the end of that intro sentence. So that about sums it up for learning how to footnote. If you have questions, email me, or you can set up a meet with me as well to go over how to footnote. So again, if you have questions, shoot me an email.